welcome back to another installment of Endless Winter, and today we're checking out part 8 of this event. Now, this is Black Adam Endless Winter Special number 1. We're going to see Black Adam go up against the Frost King. Guys, there's a lot of action, big developments in this issue that you don't want to miss out on. So, if you guys are ready, let's dive into this issue. We begin with Black Adam and Hippolyta falling into the snow. They're being overwhelmed by these ice monsters. Now, Hippolyta says, even with the Frost King dragged into the crevice, there are too many of them, Black Adam. Black Adam says, then we sell our lives most dearly. Now, that's when we hear a scrack, and we see all these ice monsters, they go away, and Black Adam says, wait, what's happening to? Now we hear another scrackoom, and we see a big blast. Black Adam covers to pretty much protect Hippolyta, right? Hippolyta drops her sword. Now, Hippolyta gets up. She says, the ice horde. And Black Adam says, gone, Hippolyta. All gone. And the storm has blown itself out. Now, Hippolyta grabs Black Adam's arm, helping him up. She says, was it the Viking prince? He did this? Black Adam stands up. He says, a hero's death to bury the Frost King. Now, Hippolyta says, Valhalla then. What he wants. And Black Adam uses lightning. He flies up a little bit. He says, I can seal this blighted place forever. Now, you hear a crackoom, and you see this big lightning. It hits the ground. Hippolyta watches. And Black Adam seals this place where the Frost King and the Viking Prince fell. Now, Black Adam says, why so cross? We won. Now, Hippolyta says, did we? At what cost? Viking Prince sacrificed. An innocent family lost to the ice. Now Swamp Thing comes back. He's actually alive. And he says, the Frost King is no more. Winter recedes. The green is able to blossom again. Now Black Adam says, good. Perhaps you can talk some sense into this woman. Now Hippolyta narrates. She says, we make bargains with ourselves. We tell ourselves that we make choices, not mistakes. Whatever we call them, they haunt us, and no amount of time makes it better. Now we see Swamp Thing, Black Adam, and Hippolyta, they all make it back to the city, right? And Hippolyta makes it back to her Amazons. Now the Amazons go up to her and say, for you, as befits a warrior queen. Now Hippolyta says, sisters, you honor me, even if I do not deserve it. Now she looks at all the different armor, and she finishes her narration with, even now, all these centuries later, I think of John, I think of that family, and I think of the Frost King. The things you bury never stay that way. Now, we see Stag Industries all around the world. We see Multiplex. He's looking for the Frost King's family, right? He's looking for a certain thing. Now, he makes it to one Stag Industries place in Gotham City. And Multiplex says, got it. How soon can you be here? Now we see Sebastian Stagg. He's in front of this big ice construct that has Frost King's family inside. Now, Sebastian Stagg says, someone needs to explain to me what the delay is right now. Now, one of the workers say, Mr. Stagg, we're proceeding as quickly as we can. The extraction process is underway, but we're exercising extreme caution because of the people inside the ice. Now, Sebastian Stagg says, I want those Kryptonian crystals, and I don't give a good damn about some 1,000-year-old Vikings taking a nap. Now, Multiplex says, make it sooner, and Sebastian Stagg says, do I make myself clear? Now, Multiplex above them says, I have access to security network. Loading bay door 3 is rolling up now. Now, some one of the workers say, who authorized the door to open? There's a blizzard out there. Now, so we are straight, and we saw these workers, they get blasted by ice. We see Icicle, he shows up. He says, believe me, you've got bigger problems than the blizzard. Now, Icicle, Silver Banshee, Catman, and Rampage all show up at once. These are the forces of Black Adam. Now, Catman says, Multiplex, where are you? I mean, you. Not all these you. And Rampage just starts smashing into these workers. She says, this is all they can throw at us? Now, Multiplex says, just keep them occupied until the boss gets here. Now, Sebastian Stagg says, why the hell are a bunch of B-list supervillains rampaging through my property? Get more security down here. Now, you see Rampage, she punches this guy in the face. She says, gotta be honest, I'm liking this gig more and more. Now, Sebastian Stagg says, Staggatron, Alpha, no quarter. I want all of them to take, but that's when we hear a crack, and we see the Staggatron is just blasted by lightning. It's defeated. Now, Sebastian Stagg looks up and sees Black Adam. The boss has arrived. Now, Black Adam says, let us understand one another, Sebastian Stagg. I am the leader of a sovereign nation. It would be completely inappropriate of me to attack any facility belonging to an American corporation, especially one on United States soil. Your media might even portray such a thing as an act of terrorism. I, of course, would just deny it, any such accusation. And you would not be able to produce any evidence, as your security systems suffer a massive failure, and any footage was destroyed. We're on the same page. Now, Sebastian Stagg says, what the hell do you want? Now, Black Adam grabs Sebastian and says, I want to remove your head from your neck, Sebastian Stagg. That is what I want. What the world suffers now is your fault, and I suspect you know that. Now, blindly ignored what you have unleashed. Now, Sebastian Stagg says, I have lawyers. And none of this is my fault. Anyway, I am bringing mankind a great boon. We're creating cold fusion from technology that Superman just left behind in the ice. If this is anyone's fault, it's his. Now, Black Adam looks up. He says, this is what you brought back from the Arctic, and there are people inside alive. Sebastian Stagg says, they're in stasis somehow. We were doing all we could to make sure no harm comes to them. More of your people tearing apart my building. Now, Black Adam says, that's not us. We see it crumble as we see the ice. It falls through. We see the ceiling just crashes. And from the ceiling comes the Frost King. He comes into the building. He says, where are they? Black Adam says, you. Frost King shouts, you! Now they start to charge at each other. A fight begins. Now, Multiplex says, that's the Frost King that Black Adam has been telling us about. Bigger than I expected. Now, Black Adam punches Frost King in the face. You're a boom! And Black Adam says, doesn't matter if you're bigger or more powerful. I beat you before, monster. I'll do it again. That's when we hear a frack as Black Adam is hit to the ceiling by the Frost King. Now, that's when Black Adam says to Multiplex, Multiplex, more duploids. Now, Multiplex says, more of me coming right up. Now, Black Adam charges at the Frost King. He says to Multiplex, I want him overwhelmed. Now, Multiplex tries to overwhelm the Frost King and says, doing our best. But have you seen the size of this guy? Now, we hear a big blast as Black Adam and Multiplex are blasted back by the walls. Now, the Frost King says, rodents. Now, Black Adam says, more Multiplex. We have to take him down. Now, Multiplex says, what's this we stuff? I'm not a bottomless well boss. I can't keep sacrificing copies like this. Now, Black Adam says, you serve Con Dog now. We do not waver. Now, Multiplex says, do I serve Con Dog? Or do I serve you, Black Adam? So you can claim the glory of defeating the Frost King. I got nothing left. Help me. We see these ice wolves go by Multiplex. They're gonna eat him alive. Now, Multiplex screams, Adam, help me! Now, Black Adam says, you fought well, bought me time, sacrifices must always be made, but you earned a warrior's end. Now, Multiplex is eaten alive by these ice wolves, and it's very gruesome, guys. Black Adam just watches Multiplex cry in agony as he's eaten alive. Now, the Frost King says, your pests are no more, demon, face me! Now, Black Adam says, face me. This is why you're here, isn't it? What you've been looking for. Your family. Bow to me or they perish. Black Adam stands in front of the ice that Frost King's family is in. Now, Frost King says, you would not dare Now he puts his head down and says, you would. Please. You see some humanity come through the Frost King. Now, Sebastian Stagg says, come on, open up. There it is. Untested prototype, but what could go wrong? The Kryptonian crystals we did extract won't go to waste. Load them up on a Stagatron drone with a fusion cannon, and guess who's still gonna come out of this as a hero? Now, Black Adam looks to Stagg and says, Stagg, what are you doing? I had him. Now, boom, as the Stagatron starts to blast the Frost King, but Frost King just uses sword to block. Now, Rampage and Catman, they keep fighting, but Rampage says, hey Whiskers, what's the light show? And Catman says, no idea, but things are going sideways in a hurry. Now Black Adam grabs Sebastian Stagg close. He says, call off your drone, you fool. You're making the Frost King stronger. Now Sebastian Stagg is shocked. He says, he's just absorbing the Kryptonian energy. How is that possible? Now the Frost King comes all powerful. He says, you just seek to destroy me, but you only make me bigger, stronger, more powerful than I've ever been. He grabs Black Adam. You hear a scratch as he steps on the ground. Now he picks up Black Adam and starts squeezing him. He says, you threaten my family again, little man. I'll freeze you to tomorrow. Now Black Adam, he tries to get out, but he can't. Now, so Sebastian Stagg says, this isn't my fault. Now, Silver Banshee goes by. She says, what are we supposed to do now? Go after him? And Catman says, this is way above my pay grade. Now, Rampage points. She says, I think what we do now is leave. Look, Catman is shot. He says, you gotta be kidding me. Now, Black Adam is still being squeezed by the Frost King, but he looks to his side, and he sees the Justice League has arrived. Now, we see Superman. He says, we searched the globe for you, Frost King, but now we have you. Now, Wonder Woman says, this is going to end. Now, we see Flash, Jon Stewart, the Green Lantern, Batman, Wonder Woman, Superman. They all charge at this all-powerful Frost King. And that's how we end the penultimate issue of Endless Winter. So that was Endless Winter Part 8, the penultimate issue in this entire event, and this issue was written by Ron Mars and Andy Lanning. Now, first off, the writing was actually really good in this issue. The beginning with the flashbacks was really well done. It brought everything full circle for that plot point. It was actually a good ending, seeing Swamp Thing return, and see Hippolyta, she's questioning if she actually won, and she has to remember to bury the past, and Black Adam, she's like, alright, we defeated the Frost King, Viking Prince, yeah, heroic death, all is good, we won. Simple as that. But Hippolyta knew that this is not it, which I really liked. And it actually transitions to the present day, where we see Black Adam, he shows up to Stagg Industries and actually asks him, like, hey, what are you doing? And he actually finds the Frost King's family. And that's a great opener. I really like seeing that splash image of Black Adam in front of Sebastian Stagg. It just shows how powerful Black Adam is and how menacing he is. But that's when we see, like, the Frost King shows up and a lot of action just breaks out. And there's actually a lot of plot development in this issue. As we see Black Adam, the Frost King, they fight back, and it actually kind of looks like the Frost King is not really the bad guy. He just wants to save his family, and it shows in the one scene where you see, like, the Frost King, he's like, please don't hurt them, please, and you see he puts his head down. Like, actually, the artist, Brandon Pearson, he does a great job with facial expressions in this issue, especially the Frost Kings, and when the Black Adam, his whole play is just like, not going well at all because Sebastian Stagg just keeps screwing it up. We see Sebastian Stagg, he brings out Stagatron and makes Frost King all powerful. And the moment where Frost King becomes super powerful is really epic, as he just picks up Black Adam so easily. And it makes Frost King actually a menacing foe. And I'm actually starting to like the character because we see some emotional background and his whole motives in this issue, because all he wants to do is save his family. And it shows that Black Adam, like, threatens to actually kill his family. Now, at the end, where we see Black Adam, he's helpless, he can't do anything, but that's when the Justice League arrive. Finally, we made it to that big part where the Justice League are about to fight off against the Frost King and just finish this. Now, there is a problem that pretty much the story could have been condensed to, like, a couple issues, because most of this event has just been the Justice League looking for the Frost King. That's it. And honestly, only this issue and the last issue, and maybe the final issue, have been really good and like put the plot forward. It made a lot of action, emotional moments, and was actually event worthy. Where the other issues, it was just like, alright, there's a Frost King that's been unleashed, the Justice League gotta find him, and filler here, filler there. It's just a bunch of filler, right? But the last issue in Justice League Dark number 29, part 7 of this event, was very plot heavy and very entertaining, and then this issue, part 8, was very plot heavy and very action packed. So these last few issues are really bringing this event together, but it still doesn't push away the fact that this event could have been condensed to just a couple issues. Now guys, back to Brandon Pearson's artwork. His artwork is good. Now the part when Multiplex dies is really tragic. It's a very emotional moment and just shows how Black Adam just doesn't care. It's a big moment in the issue that I really like. Now seeing Rampage and Catman and even Silver Banshee in this issue is really interesting. It gives them more like importance and a reason for them to be in this event other than just like, hey, we need a way to introduce the Justice League, just put these B-list villains in there. I'm happy they didn't just do that. Like, just have these villains in, like, the first part for the Justice League to fight, and that's it. I'm happy that they went to Black Adam and actually got involved in everything going on. But yeah, guys, overall, a solid penultimate issue that gets me excited for the final issue, which is next week in Justice League Endless Winter number 2. So yeah, I'm gonna give this issue an 8.5 out of 10. I recommend it. Check it out. If you've been following this event, definitely check it out. If you haven't, you may not have to, but still check it out if you want a cool fight between Black Adam and Frost King, and also a really exciting ending. But yeah, guys, tell me your thoughts on this issue down below. Did you love it? Did you hate it? Are you excited for the finale? What are your theories for the final issue? And also, stay tuned for next week. I'm going to try to get the finale to this event out earlier, right? Because I want to really see your guys' thoughts on this entire event and the conclusion of it next week. But yeah, guys, if you like the video, give a big thumbs up. New to the channel, make sure to subscribe and the notification bell so you don't miss out on my next Endless Winter video. And yeah, thanks for watching, and peace out.